Hello and welcome to WSPR The Whisper, also at The Whisper on Bubble for reasons. I am Alistair Featherbright, your host, and with me are my compatriots, Princess Rivulet Starfish.
Hello.
Renton Connolly.
At your service.
Gay-lynn.
Howdy.
And Psyche Filiaeline.
We're doing this again. Okay.
Well, it's important that the city must know the truth, and
the importance of documenting events.
Well, at a time when there's sort of monsters in the streets and so forth, don't you think it's important that the public be
certainly are doing
informed?
a public service.
You must be so scared.
I should say so. I'm so curious what's been happening.
They're absolutely fine because everything is fine.
I believe it is all right to admit that we are scared of something if there is something to be scared of.
I'm terrified.
Well, I'm slightly worried about that, but what have I missed? What has been happening?
Well, first, I got cured from poison, which was very important. I felt dark tentacles of evil climbing into my heart, but luckily Gay-lynn was able to use his magical abilities to heal these.
I'm slowly unlocking a part of myself that I feel is maybe as a bud on a tree, swelling with potential to bloom.
And I was on the brink of death, and I healed myself.
Oh, goodness.
And I made some good snacks this
The running in shampoodles with the aberrations was a bit, we needed time to recover.
My mother has her dog groomed there.
The person died.
Well, hopefully not today.
No, I believe it's at home, but...
I hope she doesn't know the employee or owner who is
we weren't
no
able to
longer
differentiate
existing.
given the state of the body.
Oh, dear.
Or name tag.
Right.
So I must assume then that the proprietor's deceased.
Gruesomely, yes.
And then Gay-lynn made some delicious stacks using some pet carriers and pet food, and it was very interesting and healing.
It was very good, actually.
Yeah. And we set off to the temple.
Your cooking
never
is
had it
most
before.
Zora again, and that was very lovely.
Oh, yeah. Ifazora came by to
Ifazora
check
is the
in.
best.
And she even said that she likes us.
What is your familiarity?
And that she would come to give us backup, which might end up being very important in the near future.
Well,
we met her at the tourney.
We did. I did not do so much. The other three were her pit crew for the tourney when hers disappeared.
That round, at least.
Right.
She did do.
And
quite
now
well.
we're bubble famous because of her as well.
This is true. I'd heard that many of the wizards that were still left after the tourney had been recruited into some sort of service to the city. I assume similar to what you have been up to.
Yes. God forbid they be asked to clean up their own mess.
It's an all hands on deck situation right now, that's for sure.
Yes.
I couldn't agree more, honestly. After hearing the Archmage, after hearing him, I believe the wizards owe a great deal to the city in this case. Yes. I'm quite sorry that you were hurt, Princess.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody cares.
We all care. We all came together and cared for you.
Of course we cared.
Really?
Yes.
It's just
I
that
just felt so alone in my hurtness.
Well, you're so good at fixing yourself, and I had these creepy tentacles climbing into
That's
my heart,
true.
so I had other
see.
things
I
to
was concerned
concentrate
about
on.
your heart. I did make a point.
In that respect, you're very mature. Your capacity to heal yourself.
And in other respects.
Well, excuse me, but I happen to have disabled a portal that would have brought more horrible creatures into the space.
Good gracious.
I'm going
disabled,
to roll
have
for
you?
persuasion. I rolled a nat 1 in that persuasion.
You're not persuading anybody. That was the worst mistake of this entire campaign.
I believe we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves.
I'm sorry. I'm sensing a bit of
did my best, and
tension.
I do believe that I
You were
disabled
just
the thing, and you guys
attracted
just don't
to
know anything.
shiny
You didn't even see
things.
it yourself.
if I may, I'm still several steps behind it, but I feel great tension. What thing? What?
Well, look, we headed to the Temple Aileen, on a cuttlefish canal.
Of
and
course, it's beautiful.
Right. I always thought it was very funny that they spelled it Cuddle. Very clever.
well, that's because of the nightlife.
Everybody loves a good
given the
cuttlefish.
connection to the goddess of love,
Oh my God, hi, you're listening to us. Thanks. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you are, if you could leave us a 5-star rating or review on the podcast platform that you prefer, it would give me, and I'm sure all of us, a massive dopamine hit. And it helps spread the word about our amazing show that we're all having so much fun doing. If you could follow us on social media, we're at The Roll Report Cast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and that's it. And if you really like us and or you have all the money in the world, like some of our Bay Area friends do, you could support us at patreon.com/The Roll Report. Now back to the show.
So, was the temple under attack?
Yes.
It's difficult to say.
There are dark
It had been
energies
taken
that were
over
called
by
because
spiders.
There was some weird
What's difficult
energy there.
about that?
They're ginormous.
It was full of spiders.
It was covered by webs and spiders leapt out at us.
right.
And a graying, deathly energy seeping through the space.
For the
Yes,
size of a
exactly.
German Shepherd.
That sounds horrifying.
It was bad, yeah.
Creepy in no uncertain
yeah,
terms.
not ideal. I don't think. A bad size for spiders to be.
Well, anything larger than the size of your, the tip of your pinky, I would say is a bad
Right.
size. We do have some tropical orb
pinky to
spinners that are
palm,
huge.
that's
Right,
delicacy
that's acceptable.
size.
That's an acceptable size.
Snack size.
Really? Fascinating.
If it's
Telling me
Gay-lynn
you
saying
never
it, I
ate
believe it.
spiders before.
No.
All right,
Well,
we're getting off topic.
sea spiders, lobsters, sort of thing, crabs. But
Ah, yes,
not,
spiders of the sea. Crabs.
was anyone? So it covered with webs and a strange device.
Yes.
And there were people inside of webs.
Yes. The leader of the temple, and I believe an acolyte, and
I
perhaps
rolled them
somebody
up
who was.
into a people roll.
Right. We are attempting to get
Burrito.
them out of the temple. When the princess took the device at the center of it, and why don't you go ahead and describe it, princess?
Oh, well, it seemed like it was some kind of activating portal to that dimension with all the weird, terrible creatures that could be activated from that portal. And I thought that it would be a terrible idea for that to be accessible to that being.
Certainly sounds logical to me.
Oh, yes,
I-
doesn't
yeah.
it sound
Well, I was not. I was not there.
All alone and not working with a team of people who may be more trained and
We
perhaps
all
if we had-
asked her
if you'd
not
waited
to
just
disturb
like-
this
just like-
device.
Just like 5
And then
minutes
she
for us to
just
remove
surreptitiously
the
went
civilians
about
from the
freezing
area.
Paying no heed to any warning.
I'm quite
This-
sorry I wasn't there to see all of this unfold.
I'm not. That certainly. Oh, I don't know if we should document this. That might get brought up in a court hearing at some
Well,
point.
Well, if it saves your life, you're welcome.
No.
we'll just have to see about that.
What if it puts the entire city under threat?
That was what I was
Is your
thinking.
daddy going to come and solve the problem?
No, he will make it worse.
I
Or he'll at least send some help,
I
whatever.
must agree with
What
Psyche in this
drawing?
case. I'm not quite sure your father would not. Well, I suppose context is everything, but I would be worried that he might.
I
Tried
fully
to
expect to at
destroy
one
the
point
city.
by your father be rent in twain. However
perhaps
he
even in
goes about
twice.
doing those sorts of things. From what just transpired. But be that as it may.
So you're telling me that you want an active portal from the other world to
No,
come
darling,
and open
no.
at will from another
No.
creature?
I'm saying if you could just wait just 5 minutes. If you could just just hold the impulse for just a moment. Just a moment for us to allow time to get the civilians out
You
of
can see the
range.
princess is vibrating with excitement. Perhaps there will be another opportunity to exercise this restraint. Or not.
Time will tell if it was a good decision or otherwise.
I certainly hope
Well
it was.
said.
Very
I hope it was a
delicately
good, a wise
None of us
decision.
know.
And well, do be careful, won't you? I would hate to lose my best, I suppose, correspondence, bringing me more news from the city.
You're more than correspondence.
Well, of course you are. There is many things I would be deeply saddened by if you were to, I don't know, to be consumed by these spiders or some such. But
Right, we should get back.
yes,
Um,
good luck to you, all of you. Be careful.
have you ever grilled a spider bigger than your palm?
There's a first time for everything.
I don't know if we have the time for that story today.
On that note, I look forward to the time when we do, Gay-lynn, at a calmer time when you can regale us with your wild cooking experiences.
If this story ends with grilled spiders, I think it'll be a positive outcome given what I'm expecting at this point.
I couldn't agree more. Well, again, be careful out there, and we'll connect and send cast again soon. For all of us at WSPR, which is mostly me and these wonderful people who have chosen to contribute. Listeners, the council has requested you continue to stay indoors until some of these things are dealt with, and if you hear strange noises, report them to your nearest council guard station immediately.
And move away from the weird sound.
And yes, and do move away. Be safe out there. Good luck to you.